Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new Dying Light 2 video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the interior of the buildings in Dying Light 2 and how supposedly every interior is playable in Dying Light 2. This is something we've known for a while now, but this is really an overshadowed detail that people don't pay a lot of attention to, I feel like. I think they really just keen in on the fact that the map is going to be 4 times the size of the original map, which is going to include the slums and Old Town. From that detail, we do know the map is going to be pretty huge, and even the map from Dying Light 1, which included the slums and Old Town, was already pretty big itself if you combine the two. The big question here is how are they going to pull off every interior in Dying Light 2 being playable? I'll put the quote on screen here from the interview where one of the producers of the game actually says that every interior is playable. I think the best way we can envision how hard this would be is to envision the GTA 5 map for a baseline. It could possibly be even bigger than that. And then envision every building being playable, as well as buildings being spread across the entire map, no desert, none of that. The entire map being an urban environment, a city, which is basically the whole setting of Dying Light 2 and all of the map. So if you just imagine the whole GTA map being a huge city with every interior playable, that's basically what Dying Light 2 is supposed to be. The developers said they are using the new C engine to accomplish this. Do I think every interior is going to be playable? Probably not, to be honest. I think most of them will be, or a large amount of them. I think there is going to be definitely at least some that aren't. If people search through the entire map and there's not any that aren't playable at all, that would just be so impressive, and that would be like game of the year type stuff right there. If we look at the game development process, they've probably been working at this game for like 5 years, I would say. I believe the game was first announced at E3 2018, maybe a little bit earlier. I think it was first announced there though. Either way, they were definitely working on it a good time before that, because we definitely saw a really nice showcase there, and the game looked really complete at that point even. Back in 2018, the game looked pretty good. I mean, everything looked really good. As far as the story probably wasn't done and everything else, I think maybe the whole map could have been done at that point. Who really knows? But it's just one of those things where I'm not going to believe it until I see it, or unless they're making a really big emphasis on that right now or in the future, because this interview was really a long time ago, so a lot of things could have changed in their mindset. Maybe they realized they weren't able to do something like this. Who knows? We've already seen them show off a lot of interior gameplay, especially from the 26-minute gameplay video that we saw. We saw a lot of times where Aiden would go into interiors directly from exteriors through openings in the buildings, through like windows and things like that. So it obviously looks really nice already. And it's just how far are they really going to be able to take that. And I think interior gameplay is actually going to be very crucial to this game, especially since we know during the day zombies are mainly going to be in the interiors. So they pretty much have to be able to achieve something like they're trying to say here, where every interior is playable, because otherwise there's not going to be a lot of zombies outside. We know they're really weak towards the UV light, and most of them are staying inside at that point. So I really don't think it's an option for them to flop on this interior statement they made. I mean, there's really no other way around it. If there aren't going to be that many interiors, if they do go back on their word, which I doubt they will, but if they do, then we're just not going to see zombies, and that's just not going to be possible for this game. So that is one of the main things that makes me believe that they will be able to achieve this to some level. And we also have to ask, if we are getting all of these interiors and everything inside of buildings being playable, are we going to get a lot of loot in all of these buildings? In some of the buildings, I mean 50%. That's something else we have to consider, because if we have all of these buildings playable, but there's really nothing inside besides zombies, I mean, that's still impressive, but you'd like to see some other stuff in there as well. We also have the dark zones, which in the 26-minute gameplay video, we did see Aiden enter one of those through a building, where we did see him actually like break through the floor and fall into one of those. Supposedly going to be no loading screens at all throughout the interiors and the whole map, between the districts, between everything in the map. No loading screens as far as I know. We definitely saw this throughout the 26-minute gameplay video, and we saw Aiden basically go from the Fish Eye Bar, basically somewhere near the middle of the city supposed to be, and then we saw him travel a good ways towards the Colonel's castle. He entered the Colonel's room with no loading screen at all, and everything just went totally smooth. Turn on the pumps and everything like that, no loading screens. It's just going to be, can they do this throughout the whole map, which is going to be 4 times the slums and Old Town? I feel like they would have had to been dedicating a lot of that time of development into the map and the interiors and everything like that, and no loading screens. It's just, I don't know, man. And on top of that, they have the choices and everything in the game, how it's going to affect the world. So, I mean, it's just really questionable how they're going to pull all this off. I'm not at all saying that they're not going to pull all of this off. I mean, it's very possible they can, but it's just like if they do pull all of this off, it's just going to be game of the year worthy. Like, just because of all of the interiors being playable on such a big map, and we have the choices and everything on top of it, it's just going to be automatic game of the year contender if it comes out this year especially. I definitely have my doubts. I think something is going to have to be skimmed off unless this is just going to be the best game we have ever seen in like the last 5 years. I want to know exactly what do you guys think about this. Do you think every interior will be playable as they said in the interview, or do you think it's just going to be somehow skimmed down to maybe 75% of the interiors being playable or something along those lines? So yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. Join the Discord, it will be in the description, as well as my Twitter, follow me, and the Patreon if you want to support me. If you did enjoy the video, put a like on it, and if you want more content in the future as far as Dying Light 2 goes, news and updates and everything like that, subscribe to the channel and put post notifications on. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.